All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas.
All right, race fans, welcome to the cornfields of Iowa. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath. We have a good one for you tonight. It's race number 2 of the season, and it's Iowa Speedway. 130 lap race at this great short track. It's season number 1. It's January, it's cold, but guys are going to get hot out here at Iowa. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? There's only one way to find out, and that's right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's Iowa Speedway, some great short track action here in the Buschwackers Series. Race number 2, it's early on, but a good way to get a good start. 130 lap race headed your way. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Iowa Speedway tonight. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Race 2 of the season, 130 lap race at this great short track. We got flag-to-flag coverage for you tonight. This is race number 2 of the season, and man, early on, look at the schedule, amazing. Going to be some great races. I'm looking forward to the Daytona duels and then that full Daytona race the next week. That's going to be a fun 2 weeks here at the Buschwackers Series. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages you can choose from. How about hosting your website or your online store? How about some VPS hosting or shared web hosting? All those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash the bell. Thank you for all the folks who come out and watch the races. If you come out and watch and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and helping me out here. Always appreciate guys coming out, and I know guys like to watch the races too on replay that are out here racing with us tonight. They'll be racing. They'll be watching the race.
Tony,
at some
where's
point.
your brother Jack?
We're gonna launch a something here real quick, so give me a second. Ill prepared tonight. Going to be a little echo here, I think. At some point, we'll see. Hopefully not, but we'll see. I think we got her now. All right, sorry about that. We had a little thing we forgot to do. So we had to do that by chilling out on the commentating there for a second. We'll take a look at Iowa. Everybody who knows racing knows about Iowa. Great short track located in Newton, Iowa. It's a little under a mile in length, about 0.9. 4 turns, of course, at all these ovals here. Turns degrees of banking there, 12 to 14 degrees progressive banking. And I'll tell you what, it's all about corner here. I really do think so. Front stretch, 10 degrees of banking. The back stretch at 4 degrees. We got a big field here tonight with a short track, so it could be a heck of a lot of fun to drive and a heck of a lot of fun to watch and a heck of a lot of fun, even most fun, to broadcast. We are about 8 minutes from qualifications. Oh, we got the chatters in here as well. Of course, Claudio starting us, or excuse me, Givaldo starting us off, and Claudio joining in. Good to see those guys out and starting us off there, the Brazilians, baby. They might be in the mood for a race win. I know Sober Tom is. He couldn't stay up late enough to race with us last night, and I don't blame him, man. It got late, especially for the Brazilian guys. Holy smokes, that would have been really late. Might have had to call in sick to work the next day. But good to see Claudio out here tonight. So welcome to all the race fans out there. We got some more racing headed your way this weekend. Oh, it's Pocono. That's right, the Tricky Triangle coming up tomorrow night in the Next Gen Series. Race number 3 of that season, 80-lap race of Pocono. It's Saturday Night Thunder. Tough track, man. You know, it's feast or famine here sometimes. A lot of guys, I think, in the hunt to win this race, and maybe the 89 car tonight could get in victory lane. He said he's got a special race room there set up at Tracks VR. You got to be kidding me. That's awesome. So what a dedication by the team there at Tracks VR to get the 89 set up with a upgraded system and you know, all the fringe benefits. We got the fringe benefits of just being able to broadcast him and knowing we got a big crowd there watching the broadcast. I'm a little nervous now. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. I'm scared. I'm shaking. Good to see those guys. Man, thanks so much to the team there for providing him a place to race in all the sim races, regardless of whether they race here or not. Love to see that. Dedication to sim racing, man. We're all friends. We're jamming here, huh? We gotta turn down that. We gotta turn it down a little bit. I know it's blasting you guys. Can't hear my lovely voice. Gotta dial it back a little bit. says my mom and dad. Tony Furtado in the 9 Valvoline sponsor machine with those old guard HORL drivers. Let's take a look at the standings, man. Standings coming in tonight. Speaking of Tony Furtado, look at that. Top of the grid. No wonder he's out here, man. He wants to win a championship at Palumbo, not far behind in second. Sean Jacobs is third. Dana Grover sitting in that 4th position. All those guys in the hunt. How about Jack Furtado? He says, I'm going to come up here and beat up that little brother of mine. So Jack running in the 5th position. Been a good run there for him this season so far. John Stanley 6th. Dimitri Skakum. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dimitri is 7th. Eugene Fedorov sets 8th position. Dennis Udich in 9th. Preston Hassel sits in that 10th position. Take a look at page number 2 there. Givaldo Spinola in the 11th spot. And Jesus Iglesias tied there, shown in 12th, but tied for the 11th spot. So those are the standings coming into tonight's race. Got about 4 minutes left to go. So the cornfields of Iowa tonight. And who's got the winning formula? Could be the Bugs Bunny tonight, 47. Dennis Yudichin. Now with 3 minutes left to go to kind of dial something in, figure out how to get around this track. And Dennis, he's a good short track racer, man. Tell you what, keep your eye on him. Tough Truck Series will be back in action at North Wilkesboro Speedway. 135 lap race there coming up on January the 21st. Race 3 of the season. And we got a good season going on right now too. Early on, a lot of guys in the hunt to win that championship. So North Wilkesboro, the first short track of the season, coming up on January the 21st. 8 p.m. is qualifications. Take a look at Eugene Fedorov. Fedorov sent me some new cars here. I'm having trouble getting that car set updated for some reason. There's a little bit of a hitch going on, so hopefully we'll get his new cars in fairly soon. New paint scheme. So good to see Eugene Fedorov. Snow Maiden, baby. Snow Maiden right there. That's his nickname. Good. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. If you're watching the race and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and smash the bell. We want to get these races out there for more people to see. We got some really good racing here at High Octane Racing League. And then I think we got a lot of races you can go back and watch too. That's really why I originally got into it, created this channel, just to have my friends be able to come back years later and watch these races. So it's really morphed into something much greater. Got a lot of races, a lot of content here, 588 videos that are visible, 932 subscribers, and I feel blessed to have each and every one of you, and invite your friends to come along and check it out here at TurnLeftTV. Shooting for 1,000. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. Preston Hassel in the 27 Castrol sponsored machine. Does a lot of setup work for us. One of those old guard HORL drivers. He's wanting to get a good finish here tonight. Boy, he is really flirting with that outside wall in that 27. There's a lot of places to race at this track too. It's wide, it's just fast enough, it's short, and you can really get some good racing going in. High line, low line, middle line, all in play here at Iowa. Don't forget to support Claudio Bardelli Jr. Right now he's at the top of the grid. Looks like he's in the pits, in the garage area. They're kissing all the girls. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's got to wait. Don't tell the wife. He's in there doing interviews. And he is, he runs a Sobertom podcast channel. Check him out on YouTube, man. All Things Music is a Sobertom podcast. And that's Claudio Bardelli Jr. style there. So please support him. And we're getting ready to go to qualifications. So qual's headed your way.
Step on the gas.
Good qualification position, I think, is important here. There's a lot of side-by-side racing here, but it is difficult to make a pass. The tires wear out fairly soon, so you want some good track position. Starting off the race, get up to a good start. The guys are going to be clustered together, everybody on new tires. And we are headed over to quali. We'll see who's the first one out of the gate. It's drama. The drama. It might be Eugene Fedorov here in the 84. Eugene Fedorov's going to set the tone. So the 13th, the 84 of Eugene Fedorov. Come out here to set the mark for everybody to shoot for. Got the Snow Maiden out there. 84 car, great Russian driver. What a good guy, man. This guy is just a fantastic person. Likes the punk rock. Has in a punk rock band. He plays the drums. And amazing. Great drummer, great friend. Got a great family, great life. What else could you ask for? How about a pole position? Right now, Chris Hughes, top time 23.337. Eugene Fedorov is 3/1,000th off. Can he better it? Dennis Jurich at the top of the grid, 23.127. Tony Furtado jumping up there as well. Now, Fedorov back to P5 with that second lap. Take a look at Sean Jacobs. 23.522 P5 for Sean Jacobs. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a prima donna. What a prima donna right there. How about Gilmar Peixoto in the 71? Ed Palumbo's on top of the grid with a 23.053. Then the shooters in the back to P2. Tato is third, Hassel fourth, Jacobs fifth. Look at Gilmar led. Preston Hassel up there in fourth. Dana Grover sixth, the Toyota. Gilmar with 23.759 P11 there for that PixBet sponsor machine. Where's this guy? Where's this guy at? Right here, the 19, the Sober Talk Podcast. Number 19, Ford. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is eyeing that top five. Let's watch. Let's watch this. 23.053, the time to beat. Oh, he's fast in the first sector. It's in the blue. He's in the blue, first sector. He's going to break some hearts there, I think. Second sector, a little bit off the pace. Maybe evened out here. He's a little bit faster overall. Let's see where he's at. 23.824. P1 for Claudio, the assassin. Wow. Breaking some hearts here in the Sober Top 19. Wait a minute, Stanislav Pavlov might have something to say about that. That's 62. South Point sponsor machine. 22 flat P2. Almost. Woo, boy. Stanislav Pavlov up to P2, but looks like Claudio might have it here. Let's see. He does, I believe. He's going to have the pole position. So Claudio already in the garage area, sipping some champagne and doing some interviews. Congratulations to Claudio. Looks like everybody is done, I believe. 62 bringing his car down into the pits. So congratulations. We'll give you the official results here and make sure these guys pass post-qual inspection. And again, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Really appreciate everybody's support. And let's get this party started.
a checkered flag to the pounding sound in the bushwhackers. Legends are found. Heath Johnson's voice moving through the chaos. Every lap of battle, never gonna pause. Steel and fire, the rivals collide. This is the racing where legends ride. Rev it up, feel the tower. Let the engine scream. High octane racing, living every dream. TurnLeftTV's watching under neon light. We're taking it to the edge in the dead of night. No limits, no fear, just throttle and drive. Chasing glory, feeling alive. Stars of the league, leaving trails of smoke. In the high octane, the fire's woke. So raise your fist, scream out loud. In this race, we're part of the crowd. TurnLeftTV, we're heroes of Maine and bushwhackers. Legends won't fade.
All right, welcome back. Looks like qualifications are over. We have just switched over to the warm-up session. In case you're just joining us, this is Iowa Speedway tonight in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Xfinity Series, or the GNS as we call it, race number 2 of the season. And it's Iowa Speedway tonight for a 130-lap race, a great short track. Buschwackers always a fun one here on a Friday night. And we are finished with the qualification session. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV, owner of High Octane Racing League, and thank you for joining us. We are in the warm-up session, and the qualifications have finished. Got about just under 10 minutes left to go in warm-up. We can take a look at the session results. Who's got the pole position? And it is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Stanislav Pavlov qualifies P2. Ed Palumbo, good qual there for him in the 54, qualifies in 3rd. Dennis Shooter to the top, Toyota qualifies in 4th. How many times have we seen that, man? I'm telling you what, this guy's getting better and better qualification runs, so keep your eye on the 4. Tony Furtado qualifies P5. John Stanley in the 12, qualifies in the 6th position. Crescent Hassel 7th. Sean Jacobs qualifies in that 8th position. Data Grover 9th. Eugene Fedorov rounding out the top 10. Qualifying in P11 is Gordon Carter. Great to see Gordon here out racing with us. And definitely thinking about you, Gordon. We miss you. Chris Hughes qualifies in the 12th position in the 7 car, 68. Geraldo Spindler 13th, 71. Jomar Peixoto 14th. Dmitry Skakin, 53 Black Rifle Coffee Company machine, qualifies in 15th. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. With about 8 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Guys out here getting some final adjustments made to those machines. We take a look at the schedule as we did a little bit earlier. Kentucky Speedway coming up next week. We got Kansas, so a couple great mile and a half there in the month of January to finish out January. And then February, we start off with the Daytona Duel, 2 35-lap races. Winners of those races will set the front row for the following week's race at Daytona on February the 13th. That's 75-lap race. Notice we've upped the game a little bit, added 5 more laps. This is going to be interesting here. Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up on February the 20th. Watkins Glen, the road course, on February 27th. Phoenix Raceway, 120 laps there on March the 6th. And the 13th of March will be at Vegas for another mile and a half track to finish out the season and crown the champion in Vegas, man. Maybe we could go out and party. Hit the slot machines. They call them the one-armed bandit. Tough Trucks will be back in action at North Wilkesboro on Wednesday, January 21st. Race 3 of the season, 135-lap race. A little short track action headed your way there. Coming up on January 21st, the Saturday Night Thunder will be in action tomorrow night at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, 80-lap race, January the 17th. Race 3 of that season, and it's the Tricky Triangle, in my opinion. Darren Hollowood joining us in the chat session. Good to see Darren. Cheering on Fireball Flash. I'm going to get my pick in now that I'm thinking of it here. I got to start doing a thing where I donate money to a charity if I pick the right guy, huh? Give that a shot. I'm going to keep the suspense out there for a moment. Well, we had talked, we'd taken a look at the track a little while ago, just to kind of see, what Iowa's all about, of course. But I think we got to take a look at, some keys to the race here tonight, too. At Iowa. Talk a little bit about that. It's about corner entry here, in my opinion, transitioning through the corner, but corner entry is super important, especially on some worn-out tires, and we'll cover that here in just a second. Traffic management, too. You're going to be around guys all night long. There's a big field here, 15 guys out here tonight. Fairly decent-sized field for this short track, so you're going to be around some guys. You're going to have to maintain that throttle control through the corner. That's actually related to corner entry. Throttle control big time, and then through the corner as well. Save your tires. This is a little bit of a sucker track too, as we talked about last night in my broadcast with Happy Hour Racing League. Michigan, kind of that, very different, but a sucker track in that, man, diving it into the corner really quickly, and you're going to burn up those tires. So you got to be careful here tonight. Make good pit stops as well, as always, and you can go a lap down really easily if you have a bad pit stop here. So those are my keys to the race here at Iowa. Well, my pick to win this race is that guy right there, Bardelli Jr. Claudio Bardelli Jr., I'll get it in the books officially right there. That's my pick to win this race tonight. Got a big, had a big time race last night as well. But I shouldn't say last night, or last week. I'd like to see him, but I know it was a little bit too late for the Brazilian guys, so that's hampered us on their participation in that race last night. We had a great one in the Happy Hour Racing League race. Check that out on our YouTube channel, honoring Greg Kirchmeier. And it was a fun one. It was a long one. A lot of guys there from Happy Hour Racing League showing up and showing out, racing with us to support the cause there for honoring Greg Kirchmeier. It was a really neat one to do, so definitely doing that one again. a little under 3 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. Next week in the trucks, or this will be at North Wilkesboro, as I mentioned that. So check that out. If you're interested in racing, there's a QR code. Come on out and join us. We've got some new folks who've joined us here lately at HORL.
Step on the gas.
Take a look at the 68 Givaldo Spindola. Get some laps in. That Chevy. We wind down the warm-up clock. Decided to get this bad boy going, man. We have one guy trying to rejoin here, so we may have to do a restart. May have to end up doing a restart here of warm-up. You got one driver still trying to get back in. All right, we are all right, we had to restart warm up here, getting ready to rock and roll now. All right, boys and girls, here we go. It's time, baby. It is time. So Iowa Speedway tonight, 130 lap race, race number 2 of the season. And we are ready to rock. All right, we'll take a look at the starting order. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Stanislav Pavlov make up row number 1. Ed Palumbo and Dennis Juderchin, row number 2. Starting in row 3, Tony Furtado and John Stanley. Row 4, Preston Hassel, Sean Jacobs. Row number 5. Let's go slow, come on, baby. Dana Grover in 89, Eugene Fedorov in the 10th position. Gordon Carter and Chris Hughes start in row number 6. Row number 7, Givaldo Spindola, Gilmar Peixoto, and Dimitri Skakin starts in row 8. All right, I think we're ready, baby. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the green flag. 62 up on the outside line. This will be an interesting start here. And Palumbo, Dennis Judichin, road number 2. I think you want to survive this early on here with the cold tires. Let this thing shake out. Everybody going to be trying to jockey for position. Not going to win it on the first lap here. The pace cars' lights are out. Bardelli Jr. wanting to get a good start. He's wanting to take this victory. You can't win it on the first lap, but you can surely lose it. The 19 Sober Tom podcast. Ford will lead the field here to take the green flag. As the 62 is Stanislav Pavlov on the outside line. Tighten it up, tighten it up.
Green flag, go, go,
Here
go.
we go. We're green at Iowa. Already Bardelli Jr. diving down to the inside. Well, Bardelli Jr. establishing position early on here. Jumping out to a good lead here early on. Take a look at that. Palumbo running in second position. Tony Furtado just behind him. So everybody's sort of behaving right now early on. Getting racy back here as well to see the 53 Black Rifle Coffee Company. Dimitri Skakin get around Givaldo Spindola. And Dimitri is up to the 13th position. Take a look at that pass again. He's got down on the inside. He's able to get around Givaldo. Givaldo playing it smart there, not spending too much time trying to get back around him. John Stanley running in the 7th spot. Just behind him is Sean Jacobs. So the Tim Horton sponsor machine. Top 10 run here for him so far in P7. Sean Jacobs in the 24 just behind. And Stanley wanting to close in onto the back of that 47 car. Bardelli Jr. out to a pretty decent sized lead, a little over a second now. Gordon Carter in the 56, diving down to the inside of Dana Grover. A couple Canadians here duking it out. And Gordon Carter going to pick up that spot. He's now in P10. A high place moving sponsor machine. Fireball Flash now falling back to P11. And a 7 of Chris Hughes there in this mix as well. So a little Toyota versus Chevy. And the 7 down to the inside. Now 7, Chris Hughes picking up that spot. Tuck it in, and now Grover back to the 12th position. And I think maybe a tire safe strategy deal with him. So Chris Hughes picking up P11. There's Claudio Bardelli Jr. Love the camera here, man. Claudio Bardelli Jr. continuing to lead. 1.2 second lead over Ed Palumbo. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in that 24 as he's closing in on John Stanley, starting to put a little pressure on that Ford. Eugene Fedorov wants a little taste of this action as well in the 84, so good three-way battle here between the 12, the 24, and the 84. These guys are closing in too. Take a look at Denis Yudichyn. Yudichyn running behind Stanislav Pavlov. Good little friendly battle there as Pavlov had gotten around. Yudichyn on the move here. He is running in the 6th position, that 47 car. John Stanley just behind him. Preston Hassel picking off Stanislav Pavlov. So it's Preston Hassel in a Castrol sponsor machine. Now battling the Chevy, the South Point Chevy is 62. And Hassel's going to pick up that spot. Preston Hassel now up to P4. Sean Jacobs and John Stanley here having a little battle. John Stanley way up the track. Might have been kicking up a little dust. Does get a little dirty up there. But that's how John likes it. He likes it dirty. The 24 Kubota sponsor machine. I don't know if that's a sewing machine company or what, but sort of looks like it. The 24 now up to the 7th position. John Stanley falling back to P8. Claudio leading the field. Oh, we got a good battle here. Going back up, jump back here to watch this battle between Yudichyn and Pavlov. Yudichyn in the Toyota, Pavlov in that Chevy, and they're side by side coming off the corner. That's what I like about this track. Yudichyn slinging that car into the corner, and now a crossover move here from Stanislav. Oh, the 3 wide. 24 trying to sneak that front of that car underneath, and he backed off. Oh boy, he's getting crazy. Pavlov, he's wanting that spot back. He said, let's get racy. I came to race tonight. And Denis Yudichyn says, game on. Look at this. This is some great racing. The 24 in this mix now. Sean Jacobs in this mix. Wow. On board here with Sean Jacobs to see Pavlov and Yudichyn. And Sean Jacobs dive into the inside of the 47 car. Can he get the run he needs? Yeah, outside line just a little bit better. And the 24 battling that 47. Great battling here. Wow. Dana Grover and Givaldo Spinola. Dana Grover back to the 12th position. The 89 car, and he gets around to 68. He's in 12th. Sean Jacobs still battling Stanislav. That is a battle we have got to watch here. Take a look at this. This is just from a moment ago. 24 has gotten around the 47, and now trying to work on this South Point Chevy. 47 watching this action. How about that? Slinging that car into the corner. Can he clear the 62? And oh boy, you see the 62 had a little bit of run. Probably played nice on that one. He's up the track just a little bit. Might leave the door open for Denis Yudichyn. Yudichyn giving it a peek. The guy sealing the deal there for now is the 62. Gordon Carter and John Stanley battling the 56 of the 12. Chevy versus Ford. Tim Horton's Ford up on the high side to 56. Gordon Carter down on the inside line to 7. Chris Hughes wants a taste of this action as well. Gordon Carter now picking up P9. John Stanley in 10th. But Chris Hughes right there on his heels. The 7 now diving down to the inside. This on-shape Camaro. He's seen the Camaro, the 56 Camaro get by. Now he wants to see if he can get that 7 Camaro through. And they're side by side. John Stanley way up the track here. That's going to give the room, I think, to the 7 car to be able to drift up there and take that position. He had to work on it, but he got it. Chris Hughes now up to Pig 10. Go back up here to Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19. Continuing to lead, but Tony Furtado has chased him down. Furtado on the move here. And a good battle for Furtado. Get up there on the backside of that 19. Furtado looking very, very fast. Remember, Claudio went out, ran away from the field for a bit, and now Tony Furtado in the 9 has closed in on the 19. He wants to get that Chevy around that Ford and lead some laps here. Take a look at this, John Stanley. Take a look here. It looked like Ed Palumbo there and Preston Hassel battling. You see that 27 to 54. That's been a good battle there. Sean Jacobs in this mix as well. Good three-way battle here between these guys. All three old guard HORL drivers. And Sean Jacobs diving down to the inside. A couple Chevys beating up on that Ford right now. And this is going to get interesting. Bardelli Jr. and Tony Furtado battling for P1. Furtado with the run on the inside, and this is a little bit earlier. He had a run on the inside. I thought he closed in on the 19. Maybe a little bit of a hitch there in the connection. Claudio Bardelli Jr. holding on to that spot. It did look like Furtado had gained it a little bit. But this battle here is still raging. 54-27. Battling it out. Right now it's settled down somewhat. There we go. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Tony Furtado. You see Furtado diving out to the inside. Oh, Claudio up in the wall there. Oh, and there's contact. Oh, boy. The leaders. And Furtado off the pace. He got up into the outside wall. And we got a car that's on fire, I believe. Pavlov is on fire. Oh, boy. Let's take a look and see what happened here. The 9 car right there. And you see that contact. And wow, man, I don't know if somebody came over or what, but the 53 gets clipped. And wow, oh man, the 54, just a hard crunch right into the door. And then Pavlov involved as well. Wow. That was bad. That was bad. We'll take a look here. Kind of another angle. You see Bardelli Jr. up the track right there. It gets into the wall. And then take here. Man, we got a horrible camera angle right there, but looked like maybe one came up, one came down. Take a look here. Bardelli is way up the track, rubbing that wall. And then that 9 car comes, you see that line comes up a little bit, gets into, and then, man, this is going to hurt here. Right here, the 53 clips him. And then you see the 71 get by, and then this is going to be a hard lick right here. The 54, this is going to be a crunch. Oh, hard lick there, and then look at that, the 62 gets crunched as well. Pavlov big time. He's got fire. Watch Pavlov. He can't miss it. He comes down, gets into the wall. Right here, actually goes through the wall right there, according to the graphics. And he is on fire. What a tough break there for Pavlov. Yeah, Palumbo couldn't miss it either. And right there, he tried to get on the brakes, and then, and we lost it. Where are they at? There they go. Trying a different camera angle. So, wow, man, that caused a lot of damage for guys, too. That was a tough wreck. Yeah, man, that was a hard lick there for him. I wanted to go back and take a look at Dennis Juderson's view of this. See these guys crashing in front of him. He does wisely. See there's 62 on fire. 62, big time fire there for him. And a lot of guys got caught up in that too, and that was the race leaders. Dana Grover now shown as the race leader. And I don't know, how much Bardelli's got here as far as damage, but that was a hard lick behind. No way the 54 could avoid that. Pavlov, huge crash there for him. Infield Care Center visit for Stanislav Pavlov. Apologize for some of that's jumping around there with the camera angles. I was trying to get a good picture of Pavlov's car and just couldn't do it. It happens, man. Sometimes these camera placements in these tracks are a little sus, if you will. And you see Dana Grover. Dana Grover is coming in. So the 89 coming down pit lane. Trax VR sponsor machine. Dana Grover coming in to get 4 tires and fuel. We'll go back up here up front. So Dana Grover getting some fuel and tires. Back out on the track here on lap 33, our first caution flag was a big one. Couple cars out of the race, I believe. All right, we got one car out of the race, couple cars in the pits. Furtado and Spindola on pit lane. Palumbo, big time damage there for him. A lot of time on pit lane for Palumbo. It looks like he's 2 laps down.
Green flag, go, go, go!
So Claudio Bardelli Jr. back at it. Not a lot of damage there for him. There was some to that right side of that car, but he was able to stay away from the fray of that. I think, it really was more perpendicular for Tony Furtado that did some of these guys in. The 54 trying to make some moves. Take a look at the 71 and the 89 in our picture-in-picture view. Claudio Bardelli Jr. leading here on lap 35, now 36. We had a pretty good good number of laps there, but man, it definitely got a little crazy. Justin Hassel on pit lane. We will serve a penalty, it looks like. Looks like he's now coming back out on track. Long race here. You could get back on the lead lap. Show him 1 lap down. Right now, try to work on lap down car, Jomar Peixoto.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, another yellow flag. Uh-oh. Cautions breed cautions. We got a yellow flag. Looks like maybe Ed Palumbo might have come around. 54 car is like he came around here, spun around, not sure what happened there. Take a look here. Oh, the 7 and the 54. And the 7 coming up the track there a little bit and getting into the 54. On board here with him. And then hard into the inside wall. Contact between the 7 and the 54. It looked like both those guys argued for the same real estate there. You watch that tar line right there, and huge. Up on the outside, you see crossing over that car line right there is the 54. And there's a little contact with both those guys. So both those guys coming up the track. Or coming moving out of the lane there a little bit. There's definitely some contact between the two of these guys, but one guy moving up, one guy moving down a little bit. And then contact for the 54 into the inside wall, and that was a hard lick there for him. Take a look at Tony Furtado's view of this. Another perspective here. You see that 54 kind of does that abrupt. Watch if he's on that low side of that car line. Right there, and then boom, evasive move there to the outside and gets into that 7 as he was coming down a little bit off the wall or away from the wall, and then there was some kerfuffle there. Take a look at that again. Right there, you see that 54 coming up as the 7 coming down. Both those guys arguing for the same real estate. And then into the wall is the 54. Cautions breed cautions, that is for sure. As Sean Jacobs shown as our race leader. So some of the front runners have had some trouble here tonight. Pavlov out of the race with that catastrophic damage for him. Pashotto getting a penalty that looks like maybe he sped on pit lane. So Pashotto shown with a penalty. Well, next week will be at Kentucky Speedway, a 100-lap race. Another first of our 2.5 miles on the first half of that schedule. Kansas to follow there on January the 30th. And we got the Daytona Duels, 2 races, 35-lap race each, and the winners of those races will be the pole or the front row for Daytona the next week. That's a fun one to really start the second half. You see Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Phoenix, and Las Vegas in the back half of that season. We got some good tracks coming up here for Season 1, 2026. I like the 2026 Season 1 because we got a little bit of wiggle room on what to play around with as far as track selection in those, through January and a little bit of February there. We can play around with some tracks there. So it's 24 coming down pit lane. Eugene Fedorov out there on the track in the 84 shown as the race leader. Preston Hassel now on pit lane as well. Preston shown 1 lap down. He's in the lucky dog position right now, but it does look like he's coming into the pits and taking some service. And he may end up losing that lucky dog position. We'll see. As Eugene Fedorov, our race leader, 84. Dana Grover in the 89 on the outside line. As the pace car is off the track, but the lights are on, man. The lights is on. You gotta turn those lights off so we know. All right, the 84 will lead the field to take the green flag. You see the 53. Dmitry Skakin just behind. Ian third.
flag,
Bardelli
go, go,
Jr.
go.
starts in the 4th position. We're back to green. We got a Ford, we got a Toyota, we got a Chevy, we got another Ford, and we're back to green. 56 moving his way up. He's in P4 on the inside. Gordon Carter battling his buddy. 47 of Dennis Udichin. These guys are getting after it right now. 89 want to try to his luck on that inside as well. 89. Oh, now battling the 56. This 56 car is starting to make some moves. Looks like the split, or looks like the car's dragging the crack a little bit on that right side. 56 making a pass, and the 47 going to try to get through. Dennis Udichin trying to claim that spot to get around the 89. Side by side there in the here on lap 45. These guys racing it out. The 89 up here in the dirt. He was dirt tracking it, got into the outside wall. And Dennis able to pull off that pass. Wow. So Grover up on this outside. He got up a little high up here in the dirt. Right there in the dirt, into the wall a little bit. Rattling your cage. Stays up on top of the wheel, gets it straightened up. And holds on to P5, but that got a little dicey there and a little dusty. A little dusty. And we know the 19, he's been up in that outside wall a little bit. A little dust on that Silvertop podcast sponsor machine. 84, Eugene Fedorov holds serve here in P2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Claudio Bardelli Jr. just finds a way. Yep, he's prone to some mistakes like earlier in the race, but he finds a way to keep getting that car, picking off people and getting back up front. But right now having a good race here. After some contact with the outside wall early on. Sean Jacobs and Chris Hughes battling. Jacobs to the outside line. He's got that 54 behind him. Now the 54, 3 laps down. And Sean Jacobs is going to pull off this pass. That was a 7 car. Falling back to the 10th position. Got a pretty good race here. 27 in this mix. Now the 27 is 1 lap down in the dog position. Dmitry Skakin running in 12th. In that Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsored Chevy. Givaldo running in P11 in the 68 car. Excuse me, P11 there for Givaldo in that 68. A quiet night here for Givaldo. Keep watching him, man. We might see him up front here at the end. On the lead lap here, P11. Silvertop Podcast Ford. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Got a little company now with Eugene Fedorov. Fedorov is starting to test the waters here as far as getting around the 19. Tony Furtado has climbed back on the lead lap, battling the 71, that PixBet sponsor machine of Gilmar Peixoto. And Gilmar in the 68, or in the 68, in the 71 is coming down pit lane. That is fast right there. Whoa, baby. The 71 PixBet sponsored Camaro came off the track in a hurry, and that car looked like it almost spun out. Let's take a look here. He goes down to the inside, and he is carrying a ton of speed. right here, and this thing gets a little squirrely right there as he crosses the line, or the cones. Hopefully he got that thing wound up. Peixoto making a pit stop. The 19 continuing to lead. About a half a second lead over Fedorov. Gordon Carter running in third. Udrich in fourth. John Stanley up to P5. Take a look at John Stanley here. He's in the 12 car, the Tim Horton sponsor machine. Running in the 5th position. Behind him, Dana Grover in 6th. Tony Furtado 7th. Jacobs 8th. Hughes 9th. And Givaldo rounding out the top 10. John Stanley, good night here for him in this Ford. 12 car in the 5th position. Take a look at Chris Hughes running in the 9th spot. Sandwiched in between the 54, who is in the 14th position. 3 laps down. And Preston Hassel, who's 1 lap down in that 27 car. He's in 12th. In between those guys is Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Good run here off the corner. Tony Furtado having to battle here with Dana Grover. Furtado looking to the outside, fainting to the outside, diving down to the inside. And he's got a good head of steam in the 9, and he gets around the 89. Now Tony Furtado, after that early race incident, trying to climb back up there and crack the top 5. He's running in 6th. Dana Grover now falling back to the 7th position. Furtado saw that replay there, and I think he claimed that caution flag. And there's a lot of that stuff that kind of went on last night in the trucks race. There was a lot of guys there side by side, and just a little bit of wiggle one way or the other, and it could have spelled disaster. But he's been able to recover from this incident earlier in the race and running in P6. A good run here for him. Dana Grover and Sean Jacobs now battling it out as the Kubota sponsor machine going to get by. As you see Dana Grover, Ed Palumbo running in P14 behind him. Now, can't they code this where that tag is behind the other car there? Come on. Dana Grover, it's a good look him at the 89. Running in the 8th position. And, Sean Jacobs running in 7th. Dennis Udichin and John Stanley here, you having a little bit of battle. 47 at the 12. 47 getting that rabbit up there. Getting around the lap car and John Stanley. I should say John Stanley and then the lap car. So the 47 on a mission here. He's up to P4. Racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Man, I'll tell you what, they've had a rough week, too. They had a huge power station hit. A lot of damage there. Power out for a lot of the city. And it is really frigid there right now, too. So there's a lot of people living in the city of Kharkiv that have no heat. And so you're praying for those people. Dennis living in the great city of Kharkiv. And he's getting up here racing with us. And trying to add some normalcy to his life. Forget about this stuff for a little while and have some fun. And he's out here trying to mix it up, and where he has to go back to reality. And our prayers are out to all of the Ukrainian people, man. We want this war to be over with. We want the Russians to be able to go home and live out a long, happy life. We want the Ukrainians to be able to live out a long, happy life. And let's just get this thing over with, man, please. Let's do it. We can do it, man. We're better than that. There you go. I said what I said. 56, Gordon Carter and Sean Jacobs in the 24. Battling out, swapping some paint. Maybe a little Kubota on that 56. High place moving sponsor machine. They might have made some contact. 24 muscling his way through. I don't know. Take a little camera angle at this. Get a good one. I don't know. I think that 24 and the 56 might have made some contact. I don't know. It was pretty close. Woo! And they're racing behind too. Dana Grover, Chris Hughes, and Palumbo in this mix now. Gilmar Peixoto. And he's up onto the outside wall. Gilmar made a contact with the outside wall as Dana Grover got by. And the 71 got up into the kitty litter. And the 7 is going to try to get through. Now the 71 is 2 laps down. The 7 car going to get by. Kubota sponsored Chevy looking to make some more moves and speaking it up into the kitty litter. The 12 up in that kitty litter. And the 24 is going to take that spot here on lap 69. Sean Jacobs is up to the 5th position. John Stanley falling back to 6th. And Jacobs on the move now. He's wanting to get the 24 Kubota sponsored Chevy up in maybe P1, P2. Preferably P1, I'm sure. In their top 5, little work to do. Close in on Furtado. It's about 2/10 separating the two of those guys. Take a look at Furtado. You've got to be wondering when Sean Jacobs is going to make a move. You see Jacobs a little bit better at corner entry, corner exit. Furtado is able to get a little bit back. And man, I tell you what, Jacobs was really flirting with that outside wall. Flirting with that outside wall. Dana Grover in the 89. Making some moves here. As it looked like Gordon Carter might have come down pit lane. So Gordon Carter is coming down pit lane. So Dana Grover gaining a spot as Gordon Carter has made a pit stop here in the 56. More tires and fuel for the 56 car. Well, the 56 of Gordon Carter finishing up his pit stop. Didn't seem like that was too bad of a pit stop. Pretty good time there. And back out on the track is the 56. He's 2 laps down. 74 laps in. Take a look at Sean Jacobs battling Dennis Udich. Remember, Udich really climbed up the grid here. Now Jacobs is starting to pick him off, and I think the 12's in play as well. Tony Furtado gotten swallowed up by these guys. Dennis Udich and Tony Furtado, John Stanley and Sean Jacobs, 4-way battle here. Furtado had gotten around Udich, and now he's got Sean Jacobs to deal with. James getting around, and then whoa, and John Stanley might have made a little contact there. John Stanley rubbed a little paint off on that Valvoline sponsor machine. Take a look at this pass here. Watch this, the 12 diving down to the inside. Oh, hey, I tell you what, the 9 got a little squirrely there, and there was contact. I think he was trying to pull that car off the wall. And the 47 had a look at that, didn't he? Dennis Udich had a look at this. Watch this. In the gravel there. Wow, that Valvoline was erect. And what a save by John Stanley. Udich would like to see that too. Boy, that was some fun racing to watch. You got to take a look at that again. Wow. On board here with Dennis Udich. You see that dust flying up, and he is sideways, and they get together, 12 and the 9. Wow. 27 car, Castrol Edge sponsored Ford. Catching up to Dmitry Skakin and getting around him. Dmitry, his first race out here in the 653 Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. He is one lap down in the 11th position as Preston Hassel gets by. Preston Hassel now in the lucky dog spot. Gordon Carter picking up a spot as Tony Furtado had come down pit lane. So Furtado now, you see him coming back out. And Gordon Carter now picking up a spot. You see him getting around to 71 out as well. Gordon Carter now backed up in the 11th position. Well, our race leader is the 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's my pick to win this race. Let me get it out there, but it's not over, man. There's a lot of laps to go. We're only lap 81. And we've seen some great racing here tonight, but my pick is Claudio Bardelli Jr. We'll see if he can keep me from being embarrassed. Not a hard pick to make, to be honest with you. It's a pretty easy one. John Stanley has indicated he's coming down pit lane. We'll take a look at him. John Stanley, trying to get that car wound up. The back end sliding around. And that car almost bought it. Take a look here. When he comes off the track, he's going to get a little squirrely, I believe. I think we're going to be looking at this. Right here, he's going to get a little squirrely. If we can get a good picture of that. Not a good camera angle. Right there, you can kind of see him getting straightened back up. Not a good camera angle there. The 12 got a little squirrely. Did a good job of saving that. He is now on pit lane as we go back to live. Givaldo running in the 6th position is having a good night here. Pretty quiet night for Givaldo. He is one lap down. Now some of these guys are going to have to come down pit lane, so this is going to work its way through, I think. As the 27 of Preston Haas is going to try to get by here on those fresher tires, and Givaldo now falling back to P7. Eugene Fedorov trying to close in and see if he can't pick up that position. He's running in the 8th spot. Looks like maybe Dmitry Skakin is on pit lane in the 53. And he's finishing up his pit stop as you see him. As Eugene Fedorov. Take a look at him. He's running in the 7th spot. Dimitri back out on track, running in P13. 3 laps down in that Black Rifle Coffee Company Chevy Camaro. I do that every week. I gotta fix that. Pocono Raceway coming up tomorrow night, race number 3 of that season in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. And it is 9 o'clock is qualifications, 9:15 race time. And it's Pocono, a tricky triangle in the Saturday Night Thunder. Claudio on pit lane. Our race leader making a pit stop. Givaldo is up to P2, and he might end up capturing the race lead. No, he's going to go back to 3rd, I think, as Fedorov's going to try to get around him. And Fedorov using that outside line. Sorry about that. Couldn't hit the mute button. So Claudio's come out. He's in 3rd. Givaldo's in the 2nd position. He wanting to get some laps led. Take a look at Claudio. Eugene Fedorov now shown as our new race leader in the 84. Bardelli Jr. on fresh tires is going to close in pretty quickly, I think. See that gap there? It was 1.6, now all the way down to 1.7, now down to 1.2. So Bardelli Jr. chipping into that gap very, very quickly. So Bardelli Jr. wanting to get back to the race lead, and he is doing it. He is closing in about half a second now, separate the two of those guys. As now we look up, Fedorov's up into the outside wall. So Fedorov making contact with the outside wall, and you see Bardelli Jr., who we're on board here with him, and he makes that pass. Can you tell I'm an amateur broadcaster? Really? I mean, come on. Got to operate the overlays, and I mess up on that. I got to retire. I got to retire. Dana Grover back up to the 8th position. He is the last car on the lead lap in the 89. A lot of laps to go here. 93 in the books. 130 laps scheduled distance tonight. A lot of laps here left for the Trax VR 89 Toyota. So Bardelli back up to the race lead, 19. Gilmar Peixoto on the outside in lap down car. He's 3 laps down. He's going to let Bardelli Jr. go, I believe. I think this 71 PixBet sponsored Chevy is going to let the Ford Sobertom podcast get by. Ford get by for the 19. A little bit of a wave by there for Gilmar Peixoto. He was the first one in here tonight, man. He was excited about coming out to race, and always good to see Gilmar, one of our great Brazilian drivers. He's got a cool paint scheme as well on board here with him. He's down on that inside. Give himself some room to drift up to the outside line. Get a good run. And again, running in the 14th position. Check it out, Dennis Schuderton in the 47. He's running behind John Stanley. Those guys are 6th and 7th. Oh no, 6-7, 6-7. Respectively. Let's see if we can get it up here at the same time. Here we go. 6-7, 6-7. There you go, guys. Whoa, 6-7. Oh. John Stanley in the Ford. He's our 6th place car, and our 7th place car is a 47 of Dennis Schuderton, and they are about 2/10 apart. Schuderton looks like he might be a little faster. And he's looking on the low side. He's looking on the low side, so Dennis Schuderton giving it a peek. John Stanley leaving him some room. Stanley now, he says, hey, it's pretty late in the race. I might fight you for it. So he's able to hold serve as we see Gordon Carter coming down off the track to come down pit lane. So Gordon Carter making a pit stop here on lap 100. John Stanley running in the 5th position. So the 56 High Place Movie sponsored Chevy on pit lane. How much longer are these other guys going to go? We've seen a lot of different pit strategies here tonight. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24. Oh, Gordon. Oh, no, the 9. Gordon Carter coming off the pit road. And it looks like Tony Furtado got up into the wall right there. Whoa! Right across the nose. Right across the nose. Oh, my heavens, man. Tony Furtado. I think Sean Jacobs might have just freaked out right there. It looked like got up in the kitty litter. He got into the wall, and watch this. Sean Jacobs just misses that. Wow. On board here with him. Whoa! Right there, man. Whoa, watch this. You see the gravel just kicked up the dust and coming across the nose and timing it just perfectly. And a little bit of luck on your side. Take a look at the 27. 27 on this inside line, or outside line, is the 54. Running on the inside. And they got Dennis Juderson in this mix as well. Oh, and then the Castrol Edge sponsor machine got into the wall, and then both those guys getting together there. A little door-to-door action. Whoa. Chris Hughes is going to get by. Let's take a look here. So contact here between the 27 and the 54. This is a little bit after the fact. 27 and the 54 got together here. We'll take a look at this racing. 54 diving down to the inside, 27 on the outside line. Coming off the corner. And they're down the front stretch. Into the corner again. 54 down on the inside, way down on that inside line. And then 27 gets into the wall there, and then look at this, side by side here into the corner, and they're arguing for the same real estate. A little kiss by the 54. And I tell you what, that was an interesting there. It was, Chris Hughes had a bird's eye view of that, didn't he? Chris Hughes on board here with him. He's watching this action. This is a replay. Watch there, the 54 coming up the track there a little bit as the 27. He's going to watch this. This is getting interesting. 27 gets up the track a little bit. 54 way down on the inside. Different strategies. These guys are going to meet right there. 54 or 27 gets into the wall just a little bit, and then boom! Little contact. Little kiss by the 54. John Stanley now battling. Tony Furtado, who's come off the track to come down pit lane. So Furtado's on pit lane as John Stanley gaining his spot. Eder Smagel joining us. You got to be kidding me. Eder Smagel. I know what that calls for. I know what Eder Smagel calls for. Well, good to see Eder out. You see Claudio Bardelli Jr. here leading. I thought I had that all dialed in there. Hold on. I'll get it. Hold on, man. I'm good. There we go. That's Eder Smagel right there. Good to see Eder out, man. We're gonna get you out racing with us again, buddy. Yeah, miss you. Definitely miss you. I know I do. I always enjoy Eder and racing alongside him, and one of the coolest guys out there, man. Great Brazilian driver and a great friend of mine. We go way back, way back. He's rooting on Bardelli Jr. How about go, TurnLeftTV? How about let's go? There's that thumbs up button. How about that? Bardelli Jr. leading. He's got a 7.5 second lead as some of these guys have really been racing pretty hard. Take a look at the 24. Kubota sponsored Chevy. He's running in P2. A lot of race to go here. Well, not a lot, I guess 15 laps or so. But a lot of time here to make a move. But Bardelli Jr. making it harder by extending that lead. Preston Hassel trying to make some moves here late in the race. He's getting by the 7 of Chris Hughes. Preston Hassel now working on Dana Grover. Dana Grover running in P5. Good run here for him. Running in the 5th position. Preston Hassel is 1 lap down. I guess he's not racing for position. Dana Grover is, and he's closing in on Dennis Uderchin. So Dana Grover wanting to pick up some spots here. Lap 117, scheduled for 130. 27 is inching up on them, and he is a lap down. 7 in this mix too. The 7 is a lap down as well. Last car on the lead lap is John Stanley. He's running in the 6th position. Eugene Fedorov, we haven't talked about him for a bit. He's racing in the 3rd position. It's been a pretty quiet night here in the back half of this race for the 84. And he is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So keep your eye on the 84 to make a pit stop. And it does look like as we speak, Fedorov is coming down pit lane right there. We're running a little bit behind there on the time. It's Fedorov making a pit stop here on lap 120. And that makes me think that some of these other guys are going to have to come down pit lane. So interesting deal here with the 84 on pit lane. Late in this race too. He's finishing up his pit stop. Now you got to wonder, what does he do? Did he take 2 tires? Did he take 4 tires? You know, what's the scoop with the 84? 121, can some of these guys make it the rest of the way, or does everybody have to come down pit lane? That's the question. 84 now 2 laps down. Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader. Sean Jacobs, 9.5 seconds, or almost 10 seconds back now in 2nd. Fedorov rejoins the racing surface. Five drivers on the lead lap. We've had some shenanigans here with some wrecks, and the guys had some extended pit stops. They got off the pace a little bit. Looks like Stanley's on pit lane, so maybe we are seeing some guys are going to have to come down pit lane. I'm not sure about the whole field. I really am not. I don't know who's to the good and who isn't. John Stanley is making a pit stop. Looks like he's finished up his pit stop now. Can Bardelli Jr. make it on fuel? As Furtado gets around. So Bardelli Jr., I've got to think he's got the right strategy figured out. We'll see. Jacobs is 12 seconds back. Bardelli Jr. doesn't seem to be saving much here. He is leaving it all on the track. Omar Peixoto is on pit lane now as well. Claudio Bardelli Jr. seems to find a way to get this car up front no matter where we are. 5 laps to go for Claudio.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. You got to be kidding me. Yellow flag. It looks like the 53 is off the place. Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. Wow. Oh, Claudio Bardelli Jr. did not want to see that. No, he didn't. Oh, my heavens, man. Let's take a look and see what happened here with the 53. He's down on the inside, comes up the track, and there's some meeting in the middle there. We've seen that earlier, and there's contact with the 68 car. 68, the hood comes off, the 53 comes up into the air and into the wall. I see the 53 coming up the track right there, gets into the 68, and then, oh man, hard lick. The 53 skating up the track. Looked like Ed Palumbo might have had a look at this too. On board here with Ed Palumbo. As beside him, actually, this action happened. He was able to get around, and you see the 53 coming up the track. So look at Givaldo's deal. And right there, you see that 53's. Oh, man. Up sideways. So a late race caution flag, and they did not want to see that. I know Claudio didn't want to see it, but the rest of these guys might have wanted to see it. Claudio is saying, why? Why is this happening? He had about a 12-second lead over Sean Jacobs, and now that has evaporated. That has evaporated. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. Bardelli Jr. not super happy about that. And he was probably right there on the edge of making it. And some of these other guys, they're pitted, so they're good to go here. I mean, really, Jacobs has come down pit lane maybe. Yeah, Jacobs on pit lane. Bardelli Jr.'s on pit lane, so he's finished up his pit stop. Or getting to come down pit lane on his pit stop. And you see that action there. So Bardelli Jr. and you see Dennis Yuderchin. You see Dana Grover. See Bardelli coming off the track or coming off pit lane, coming back out on track, followed by Dennis Yuderchin. Jacobs pulling out there just behind or just ahead of the 89. Wowza! Preston Hassel shown as the race leader. And I can't help but think that he's going to come down pit lane here. We'll see. As Bardelli Jr. back up to P2. He's definitely got fresher tires, and we see also some guys are coming down pit lane, and Preston Hassel one of them, and also Givaldo in that 68 car. He's got a lot of damage there to his car. If we take a look at the 27 coming down pit lane. He's taking service. Maybe getting some 4 fresh tires. He's going to give up some track position, no doubt. So interesting deal, and look at the race laps. That is green-white checker territory there. So green-white checker tonight as Bardelli Jr., our leader. He's got a fast car of Dennis Yuderchin is going to be starting alongside him. Now Fedorov is at the tail end of the lead lap. He and Chris Hughes are going to get the wave around. Bardelli Jr. definitely happy to see that. And looks like Bardelli has selected the inside line. That's going to give the outside line to Dennis Yuderchin. And we got a green-white checker here. So some late race shenanigans. I'm saying right now, and I've said this before, in a situation like this, it is all take and no give. You are not going to give an inch. So the 19, the 47, 24, the 89. So, whoa, Nelly. Pace car's off. Green, white checker. For the 19.
Green flag,
19
go,
and the
go.
47 going to duke it out. Don't forget about the 89 and the 24. And the 19 car, he's got a good jump. There's the 47 battling that 24. The 19 and the 47. The 47 climbing back up onto the back end of the 19. Can he make a run? Off turn 4. Cross the line. We'll have one to go. 19 had a head of steam there. Crossing the 24, slipping through. This may seal the deal for Claudio Bardelli Jr. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 19. Coming off the final turn, and he's going to win the green-white checker finish here at Iowa. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. So a Sober Tom podcast sponsored Ford. Harder to fly this drone around when they're changing directions on the track. Going from the course, believe me. So the 19, Claudio Bardelli Jr. How does he do it? In the right place at the right time. So great to see the Sober Tom podcast, number 19, in victory lane. So another great effort for Claudio Bardelli Jr. Just seems to keep winning. So interesting into that race for sure, but Bardelli Jr., as we've seen so often before, in the right place at the right time. No doubt about that. So Bardelli Jr. with a great race and comes away with the victory here at Iowa. Just amazing run there for him. See if we can get a good camera angle here. That's not a bad one, is it? I mean, I don't know. Trying something a little bit different here. So Bardelli Jr. gets the win. We'll take a look at the final results. What a race, too. Really eventful race. There were some hot heads there at the end. There was some dialogue. Let's just put it that way. Some definite dialogue at the end of the race there between some of these drivers. And a green-white checker finish. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets the win. Sean Jacobs, late race pass there on Dennis Schuderchen, picks up P2. Dennis Schuderchen in third. Dana Grover, good top 5 here for him, finishes in the 4th position. Preston Hassel, with all that drama, finishes in P5. Eugene Fedorov finishes in the 6th position. Chris Hughes, 7th. Tony Furtado finishes in the 8th spot. Gordon Carter, 9th. John Stanley finishes in P10. Finishing in the 11th position is Givaldo Spindle in the 68. Ed Palumbo finishes in 12th. Dimitri Skakin finishes in the 13th position. Jomar Peixoto finishing in P14. And the 15th position is Stanislav Pavlov. So a good run there for Claudio Bardelli Jr. We'll see if we can't get him in victory lane. Have a little chat with us. Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us in here in the chat session, and that was a wild race, man. A lot of great side-by-side racing, a few caution flags to keep it interesting. Obviously, I think you are liking how this race turned out for you, but talk a little bit how this race went throughout the course. Run from lap, the green flag, dropping the green flag to the checkered flag.
Good night. Thank you for congrats. I tried to. I'm very fast in this track. I don't know why, but I very fast. I try to maintaining track position first or second is important in this track. It's difficult to pass the opponent. I try to maintain. When I'm touch the Tony, I don't know if I move the car. I believe not. I touch the wall, maintain my line. Tony spin. And try to maintain position. Why you say? But in my pace is very good. And try to maintain same strategy to Sean, to Dennis, to Dana. I'm win the race. I like the track. I like the Pocono tomorrow. I believe the participate to win this month.
Well, what an awesome race to watch, too. You seem to be so good about adjusting your strategy as the conditions in the race dictate. Always seem to be thinking about fuel mileage, track position, and you don't make a lot of mistakes out on the track either. There was some great side-by-side racing, and it was great to see you in victory lane and maybe another run for a championship for the Sober Tom crew. Talk just briefly about what Sober Tom podcast, what that's all about, and advertise that out here to our viewers.
Yes, Sober Tom is the project when I'm on the Renato Bosco is one of my friend. In the November at January is stop the interviews in Brazil. Is the Paris, is the Carnival, and very works for me to Renato. I maintain the new interviews in February. I believe this channel is good. You appreciate. I know. I believe the guys appreciate the people in United States learn the Portuguese.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I'm wondering if you're going to do some singing on that channel.
I don't know. I'm singing in the live, no in channel, but I try on one day.
All right, hey man, congratulations and good luck to you next race. Always good to see you out on the track, and thanks for racing here at High Octane Racing League.
Thank you. I send the hugs and kisses in my wife. It's birthday today.
Oh, her birthday. Oh.
Yes, today.
How do you say? Is it Feliz Cumpleaños? What is it? That's Spanish. What's the in
and the Feliz Aniversário in Portuguese.
Oh, Feliz Aniversario.
Yes.
Oh, well, tell your wife I said Feliz Aniversario, and
okay.
And obrigado for letting you race on her birthday.
Thank you.
All
Good
right,
night,
buddy.
Thank you.
Parabéns.
Obrigado.
That is Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us here in the broadcast. And how about that? It's his wife's birthday. Oh, my gosh. Woo! Claudio gets the win, and he's going to get the post-race kiss, and she's going to get the birthday kiss. How about that? Good job, Claudio, and congratulations to you, and congratulations on another year for Mrs. Bardelli Jr. So awesome, man. He seems to be very happy, and he has a right to be, huh? And that's great. Coming up tomorrow night, man, we'll be at Pocono. Tricky Triangle for race number 3 of the season. And it is season 1, brand new season. Pocono 80-lap race. And racing starts, or quals start at 9 p.m. That is the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server for your race league? Solid server tonight, man, as always. Perfect for rFactor 2, 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. You can also host your website or your online store, maybe some VPS hosting or shared web hosting. Those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Please hit that thumbs up button. What a great race we had. And consider subscribing if you come out and watch the race. Always looking for new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. And now we got 588 videos visible in the books. I've got a bunch more that are kind of hidden, but 588 videos here. So spent a lot of time doing this and appreciate all the subscribers. Like to see people come out and watch the races, interact on the chat as well. Good to see Edders Magel out as always. Hammer Racing, Fireball Flash Racing, Darren Holloway, Jelson Neto, Gilmar Peixoto, Bardelli, and of course, Givaldo starting it off in the chat. So thanks to those guys for supporting the channel by chatting and wishing everybody good luck coming out to race here. This is awesome. Well, that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to talk to you boys and girls later. And that's all for me. I am out of here.